Okay, it's nighttime. I'm about to retire. Another spiritual download. This is like the third or fourth one today. I think it's the fourth one. Spirit is really going. But anyway, I got my window cracked because it's, not one of those heat wave days. It's still pretty nice. And I hear the cicadas and the crickets and the bullfrogs having a good old time outside my window. As long as it's outside my window. Anyway, good evening, everyone. And I thought about a conversation I had with an employee before I got off. They didn't work in the same department, but it was somebody I came across. And we had been exchanging pleasantries for a while and just general conversation. I think he was fishing, to be honest with you. Asked me if I'm in communication with my ex. I said, shoot, we divorced 30 years ago. Whatever with business we had with my child, she's grown and everything else. He's gone his way and I've gone mine. So there's no reason to have our noses up each other's butts, as far as I'm concerned. But there are some of them, and that made me think about a topic. There are some of y'all that, for whatever reason, you've got your exes in your life like they are part of your life now. And it makes me question, why did you break up in the first place if you're still going to be hanging around each other? I mean, I don't think I'll ever understand that. And the thing is, you turn around and you put yourself out there like you're ready for relationships. Now, I'm talking about people who are legally divorced and have been divorced for a while. I'm not talking about you people that are separated because you're still married. I'm talking about y'all had this relationship years ago. The kids are grown. If you had any kids, the assets have been divided, alimony paid off, and everything else. Talk about, oh, well, we're close friends. Okay, nothing wrong being friends with your ex. I'm friends with a couple of exes too. But they have moved on with their life. And I'm happy for them deep down. Because I've accepted the fact that our time together was a temporary thing. Whatever happened, happened. Whoever's fault it was, it's done. We've forgiven each other for whatever happened. And we just respect each other as human beings, and we have come to terms with the fact in our mind that life is going to go on, opportunities are going to present themselves, and we are going to change when we get older. Now, see, those are a few of the things that you and your ex that you still have hanging around, you have not come to terms with those things. And that's why you still have them hanging around. But the thing is, you think you have them hanging around and it's okay, but the problem is that you can't keep a relationship going. You can't start anything else good. And you're wondering why. That ex is a cock blocker. Y'all heard me say it. It's interfering with you growing anything with anybody. And you know what? You may think you know this person, but they may intentionally be in your life just for the sole purpose of preventing you from going on with your life because they hadn't gone on with theirs. And you claim you know them and everything else, but if you know them so well and y'all get along so well, then what the hell are you doing being exes? Why aren't you still together? I'm not going to make this a long one tonight because it's been a long day, and I put out a lot of content for you today, guys. I think this is a record. 4 downloads in a day. Spirit is really going. But anyway, tomorrow's my day off, so I got a little bit extra time, and I thought I would just share that with you based on the conversation I had with this gentleman for him to ask me that. I was like, well, maybe he's got exes hanging around him. But see, I'm the type of person like this. I have learned to look at the forest and not just the trees. If I am out here single and whatnot, I don't want to be hanging around exes or have exes hanging around me for the simple fact that you don't know if the right person's going to come across your path within the next minute, the next hour, or the next day. And you want to be free enough and have enough energy and be clean enough and pure enough and ready for this person so you can go ahead and start something brand new without any baggage. And you can't do that if you got exes hanging around. Now, as I stated before, if you get along with them fine, that's fine. If they moved on with their life and their partner is okay and the three of you are great friends, fine, the three of you be great friends. But if that person doesn't have anything going on and you find yourself, these are for the people who have a repeated pattern of getting good people in their life, but they can't keep them because every 2 seconds you got your nose up your ex's butt. But you claim that there's nothing going on. Come on, people. These new people are trying to get what you already had with your ex back in the day before y'all split up. They're trying to achieve what you've already achieved with your ex. And with you running around with your ex and bringing them up in conversation and everything else, what you're doing is you're giving that person the impression that they don't have a fighting chance. That they're not in a relationship with just you. They're in a relationship with you and an ex. And most of you have not signed up for a threesome relationship. That's not what you went in for. You went in with a pure heart looking for that forever love. But some of y'all are so selfish you don't see that. And you go into a relationship and you get good people too. Because you're a good person at heart. So you're drawing good people, quality people that want to share your space and your time and grow. But that shit's not going to happen if you got an ex hanging around. It's not. And I'm sorry, 9 times out of 10, that ex knows it. That's why they're there all the time. And have you noticed in a lot of these cases, the ex, the one that you're hanging around with, 9 times out of 10, they hardly ever get involved in a relationship, but they'll watch you fail at yours. Because deep down, they never wanted to let you go. Or they want a second chance. Or they're determined that they're going to make it so hard for you that you have no choice. You don't know what's going through this person's head. You think you do, but you don't. You knew them back when you were together, but now that you're apart, things are different. It's hitting different right now. You don't know what's going through their head, male or female. But you're thinking, oh, we're just good friends. We're better off. We're getting along better now as friends than we did when we were in a relationship. For some of them, that's their way back into you, especially if they're the ones that screwed up. That's their way of getting you back. But you don't see that. So just sit, you need to be by yourself for a while, really. You need to just put the cap on, canoodling with the ex or even trying to get anything else right now because it seems like there's a little bit of confusion as to what you really want to do with yourself. There's a part of you that still wants that person in your life and you're going to keep them in your life. But you can't do that if you got a new person around. Not if they're going to be in your life like that. And some of you, your exes have keys to your house. Your exes can come and borrow stuff and drive your car anytime they want. Your exes still have access to your bank account. Your exes. And you wondering why you can't get anything new. There's no room. And some of these people know that, but you don't want to hear it. So you go after relationship, and it always ends the same. It all boils down to the unnecessary attention and the unnecessary privilege that you're giving to an ex. If you're going to do all this, get back together and just spare the rest of us. Seriously. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Have a great evening.